All right. Well, welcome to Burger Sky or Burger Up. Still working, shopping the name. But yeah, I'm Ethan Flynn, and so what I've done on this project is all the functionality for the scene here. So none of the layout or anything, but the or asset creation, but actually making all of this work. So right now, we're going to put a cloud up there, but I have a spawner that is spawning all the items, and they are fall. And I have a grabbable plate that you can grab with each controller, and if you try and pass it on, it'll just hand it off to the next one. Uh, Now this is the only thing that's grabbable, and it is able to collide with the falling objects and trying to catch. Now they are falling very fast and sometimes bounce off, but most of the time was just getting all the mesh. I had a lot of issues with the meshes. For instance, the plate right here, a lot of these objects instead of stacking, they would just fall right through, or they would fall right through the floor. I had to figure that out. A lot of changing the continuous to like continuous dynamic for the collision detection. Um, but yeah, the items will fall off and fall down. I also made a deleter destroyer script. So for whenever they do fall at a certain height, instead of staying in the scene and stacking on the floor, they do get deleted. I'm going to lower it down, but as right now, as you can see, it deletes like about a little bit before, about a foot length before that, just so you can actually see that that is working and deleting. But yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of times. The main issue I had was, or at least previously, was items would fall, but when I slide the plate, instead of the items moving along with it, they would just kind of stack, and the plate would stay in place. So the controller is the old item, and it would just slide in place. So now they actually move with the plate. I can do whatever I need to. I did this by creating a different script that basically allows it to the any object that falls onto it, the plate becomes its parent, so its properties are passed on to it. I do want to update this to where whenever they fall off, they lose parentship. I haven't done that yet. There was a really irritating bug where, because it was parented, anytime they would fall and they would be stacked on the floor before the destroyer script was added, they would still be parented, so it kind of like dragged along. But the issue is no more just because, well, they get deleted before it can even do that. I'd say my biggest, like, what I want to work on and like the barriers or challenges, I guess, is just, or things I can improve on is, yeah, the spawner. I think I want to update it a little bit. I didn't do a whole lot of the spawner just because I actually needed to have the plate be able to grab the objects. Uh, but now that I have this fixed, I'm going to work on that. I want to slow down the actual the speed of the falling objects, so have a little bit of a gravity control. I'm definitely going to work on that probably next. That with the spawner in tandem. Uh, but mostly, yeah, that and then the big thing, my next big goal that I'd really like to get done is just the wind conditions. We're in talks to change our wind conditions. Before it was um getting certain items in order. So say like up the bottom bun, the patty, onion, and then a top bun, for instance. We might change it to how many items you can stack in a row and go to a point system. Oh, that's another big issue I'm having is some reason, even though I have it um, supposed to lock the rotation whenever it falls in the script, it some of the items are interfering, so I want to relook at that script and see maybe do individual items instead of just everything being locked. But yeah, I've pretty much worked on all the functionality of those, but so everything that can be actually messed with and playable is what I've done. Thanks.